Hi everyone, I wanted to show you a little dollhouse kit that I built the other day. This one is a art studio kit. It's like a room kit for like a doll room in 1/12 scale, and it's a kit I got off that I bought for myself from Amazon. I like to do these now and again if I want something where I can make something, but I haven't really got to plan it. It's kind of like my equivalent of doing a jigsaw puzzle. So like when I fancy doing a puzzle, or just something where I haven't really got to think about it, but I can just put it together and have something at the end, I tend to treat myself to one of these. I did a previous video probably about a year or two ago, it's got to be at least a year ago, where I did another little sort of studio come office space type room, and I spotted this one and thought I'd give it a go. So first of all, I had to get the base and put the printed floor, cut that out and stick it onto the base. The kits come with all the printouts you need, like the wallpaper, anything that like pictures that you need, that sort of thing. So what I tend to use is a tip for you as well. This kit didn't come with glue because it's imported from China and you can't do overseas shipping with glue and stuff in the box. So beware of that. You do need to provide your own glue. Yoo-hoo or super glue will do the trick. But one tip I've found which saves a lot of mess and saves you wasting a lot of glue: when you stick the wallpaper on and the flooring, use double-sided tape. It holds it on perfectly fine. I've had no problems with it, and it saves using the glue, because I had another kit that had the glue with it, so I used the glue from that to do this kit and that kit. And obviously to save glue, I use the double-sided tape, and it just makes life so much easier. The window frames, they sort of pressure fit into the big frame, because they were a very tight fit, so I didn't even need to glue those. All I did was put a bit of glue on because there was one that was broken in the corner. Occasionally you might get it where the odd thing's like a little bit's broke if it's like quite a thin thing like these window frames. But they're easy enough to fix. You just glue the piece back in. You'll see there's a gap there, but that's fine because I'll find that piece later and glue it in. Or I might make this look like an old studio at some point anyway. And make it look all battered anyway, so that stuff like that doesn't bother me, unless it was like a significant piece that was broke. Then it is a bit of a pain, but I've never had that. I've just had it where occasionally you'll pop something out of the like the sprue thing and it'll snap, but you just fix it with the glue. I did use the glue obviously to stick the two bits of wood together because you need to. It just makes it hold a lot more firmly. I mean, I suppose I could have stuck it maybe with the double-sided tape because it's not exactly really thick, heavy wood, but I did use the proper glue. Oh yeah, if you've got holes in the board, just make sure you pop those out. Those were the holes for where to put the music box. Then I next glued the walls together. You have to put a bit of glue at the bottom so it sticks to the base, and glue at the side so it will stick to the other wall. And I find what I like about the glue when you do get the glue with these kits, the glue came with the library kit that I ordered. I find that it does stick really quickly and sticks really well. And then at this point I'm attaching the music box. I found out later on it was musical because I opened this box that had got Chinese writing on and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was either going to be like the circuitry with the light bulbs or something else. And it was a music box, so that was a nice surprise. So I attached that first, and as you can see the wall did come off away from the floor, but what I did is left that to one side and it did set. I think it takes about 10 minutes for the glue to fully set and cure. And once it's set, it's solid. The furniture and stuff you can stick together with hot glue as well. It's just like you probably could stick the whole thing together with hot glue. It's kind of hard with the hot glue to get it to all be just perfect and nice and neat. Here I'm just putting a bit of extra glue in on the wall because there was a bit I'd missed. And then the next thing I'll show you is starting to make the furniture. So these are all the parts for the bed. So you've got a headboard, the base, the sides. I found out later those teeny weeny legs are actually off a table, but I needed to use them to fix the bed, and you'll see why in a bit. I don't know whether I stuck it together. I don't know whether it's because I put the cover on first and then tried to stick it together or what, but it didn't quite line up properly, and it didn't quite fit exactly perfect, so I did have to tweak it. But again, with kits like this, you will get the odd thing where you might have to tweak it a little bit. I don't mind that. I quite enjoy trying to figure out how to fix stuff and that. So for me, it's not a problem. But obviously, if you want something that's very straightforward and not fiddly, then these are not for you really. But yeah, as you can see, I switched to using my hot glue gun for the fabric parts because I find the hot glue sticks the fabric really well. The only thing I couldn't do was turn the pillow inside out, so in the end I just cheated and glued it the right way around, but never mind. What I find as well, here's a tip for you as well, if you get it where you glue around the edge of the pillow and then you've got like a wide bit, which is the bit where you've glued that looks all flat and weird, what you can actually do is after it's all dried, use scissors to trim that wide bit to make it really thin, and then it looks like you made the pillow properly. It just gets rid of that funny edge where you can obviously tell it's been glued the wrong way around. And then once you've put the stuffing in, it's just a case of putting some glue in and then pressing it shut. And as you can see, I mean, that pillow looks perfectly fine. I mean, I know it's not made perfectly, but I mean, you know, it's fine. It'll do the job. Then it was a case of putting some of the wadding on the base and then attaching the fabric over the top. You just had to sort of, I fold it, the fabric like a Christmas present wrapper, you know, where you fold the edges so it's like almost like to a point and then fold it over. And I find that works perfectly well for this. You can do it where you cut the corners out and all that stuff, but I don't fiddle about that much with it. As long as it's covered and stays in place, I'm perfectly fine with that. Then it was a case of putting the headboard together. The reason I bought this kit as well, by the way, is because I wanted the bed out of it for Winnie's cottage. So I probably will still pinch the bed out of it. I was like, I don't know why you'd have a bed in the middle of an art studio. I suppose if you've got limited space and it was your bedroom, you would. But I was like, So what I'm actually going to do is build some more furniture to go in the studio and replace the bed with some like cupboards and things or something else. So I am pinching this bed at some point for Winnie's cottage. Obviously that means I'll have to paint the headboard and everything black, and I'll put some black fabric over the top instead of the red stripy stuff. This is where I found it went a bit weird. I stuck the base on, like, you know, stuck the frame of the bed together, but then when I put the bit on with the blanket, it didn't fit. So I did have to improvise a little bit. I think what it was is when I'd put the cover on, you know, the stripy blanket, I think over the end where the footboard goes, I'd obviously got it too fat and I should have cut the fabric down. But it's fine, I just improvised instead. And what I did, there was like a gap between the frame and the footboard because the fabric was in the way, and I just stuck another bit of wood in there, and that fixed it. So yeah, I'm gonna that'll be Winnie's bed at some point, and I need to get some more furniture for her as well. I've got to try and do I've done a kitchen. She's got a library now. She's got her sort of spell space in the basement where she keeps like her sample creatures. Then I've done the study. Then I've got to do the kitchen. Kitchen needs to be finished. I need to get the oven for the kitchen. And then I've got the bedroom to do. And then I might do an extension onto Tumbledown Cottage and include a bathroom and stuff. But I might not, because the idea behind when I do with Tumbledown Cottage is because it's a magical building, because it's owned by a witch, the rooms move around, and sometimes it's got 3 bathrooms, sometimes it's got none. It's like a magical building, and basically stuff appears as Winnie needs it, you know what I mean? She's got like her basic rooms which are always there that she uses every day, but then when she needs a bathroom or a toilet or whatever, those appear, or attic space appears whenever she wants it, whatever spell she casts. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So what I'm doing here is building the little chest of drawers, and the way that's built is it's hollow at the back, so it hides the music box. It just keeps it all nice and neat and tidy, and just keeps that out the way. Then here I'm building the artist's easel. That was not too bad to build, actually. That was fairly easy. And I just used my glue gun instead of the glue that I was using. Again, to save glue, because it was out of another kit. And also, the glue gun works perfectly fine. All you'll get is occasionally, you get like little strands of glue. It's almost like little hairs. And then all you do is wait for the glue to set, and then you just snip up all those off. Here I'm making the little coffee table. It was just 2 rectangular pieces and then the 4 legs. It was quite a nice, easy one to build, actually. And then it was just a case of deciding what was going to go on the coffee table. Obviously, the kit tells you certain things that go on, but I don't tend to follow the kits. I tend to look at what I want to make, and I'll follow the instructions for the parts I want to make. But then I'll place everything where I want to put it. So I've put like a little bit of cloth on the table, and then here I'm working on the little artist palette. I quite like this little palette, actually, how it was made. And I like this frame that came with the kit. You can get stuff like this from shops that sell like dollhouse miniatures and stuff. You can get frames like that. And it was like a plaster frame, and it was made to look like it was a gilt frame. I really like that frame, actually. It was really heavy as well. So obviously I put plenty of hot glue on before I stuck it in place. With the artist palette, it was just a case of getting the wood and then cutting out the like printed side, which has got the wood texture and also a little bit of paint on it. I might tweak this and actually put some real blobs of paint on just to make it look a bit more 3D. But I'm just doing the basic build for this video. This I found was the fiddliest thing in the world. It's designed so the back leans really far back. It's weird though they've done the back of the chair. I don't know why they've done it that way. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. Yeah, they did it really weird. So it leans really far back, and then when you stick it together, it doesn't look like a real chair. It's weird. So I improvised and straightened the back up myself and just put extra hot glue at the back, because I didn't like the shape of the chair when it was stuck together. It was fiddly as anything. And I kept having it where the legs would fall off and stuff as well, which was nice and awkward. So that was a pain. Other than that, everything else was pretty plain sailing and easy to put together. The wiring I did, that was not, you get instructions for that. That's easy enough. I have done a separate little video on how to wire the lights up, so I'll put that as a separate video. But yeah, after a bit of fiddling about and trying to sort out that really awkward chair that just looked weird, this is what the kit looked like, and I was quite pleased with how it came out. Like I said, I'm probably going to pinch the bed out of it for Tumbledown Cottage, and I will add some more furniture and stuff in here, but that's it. That's my little dollhouse kit that I put together. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.